Hey, thanks for joining me. We are back. And again, as a friendly reminder, this game does touch on really quite dark topics that are very similar to real life. The names have been changed and some of the scenarios may be a little different, but please be respectful.
A Bavarian landscape. Pretty, I suppose, but not really my taste.
Oh. All right.
Miss Katz!
What am I supposed to be doing? I already forgot.
Hello, Marlene.
Get the cat.
Oh, I'm glad you are so cooperative.
Aw, it's so cute. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing? I forgot. It's been a few days since I played. Okay. Examine the first suspect. Update Mr. Bauer on the investigation.
The door is locked. Miss Katz! Mr. Feldman, my name is Esther Katz. I am investigating the death of Hans Naumann in 1945.
What are you investigating? The case has been closed.
New evidence has come to light. My department and I are checking whether the case needs to be reopened.
Sounds like wasting the German state's money. Just one question. Your name, Esther Katz. Are you Jewish?
The name is often Jewish, but I am not.
That's good to hear.
Mr. Feldman, please tell me what happened on April 28, 1945.
My superior asked me to arrest some sort of insurgent. A simple task I gave to my subordinates. I was quite surprised when I saw who they brought. I asked if they were sure they got the right man. The crimes that had been committed.
I must interrupt you. I was told a different version. Mr. Feldman, you were the local group leader at that time, correct?
That is correct, miss.
According to our witnesses, one of the men who took the victim from his house had the insignia of a local group leader's, with, of course, none of the other members of your group bearing that rank. Why then do you claim it was your subordinates who brought the man to you? And how could you be surprised by the suspect's identity if you arrested him yourself?
I don't know. It was such a long time ago.
Mr. Feldman, I must inform you that you are legally obliged to speak the truth here.
Don't you snap at me, young lady. The whole thing happened over 10 years ago. I must have simply remembered it wrong. Either way, I still wanted to release the suspect. That's how it was. But Schickert insisted, so we took him back to the district office.
The district office, where was it?
The cellar of a previously bombed brewery. We had to relocate with all the bombings. It was cleaned up beforehand, of course. As much as was possible with the manpower we had. With how the war was going, we had to make do. Schickert and Kiebitz waited in the corridor as I spoke with the district leader, Mr. Schwarz. But he dismissed my doubts. Alfred, my man, you worry too much. It wasn't my place to doubt his decision, I thought. So we left his office and he gave the order.
Okay, new tutorial available. The HUD shows your current goal and the names of the people present and memories. To enable the HUD, hold the spacebar.
What did he say?
That for his crimes against the German people, the prisoner was to be executed.
How did the men react?
I can't recall. It has been quite a while. I think they were a bit uncertain. Kiebitz, at least. I wanted to discuss the order further, but Schwarz went back to his office.
What happened after Mr. Schwarz left the hallway?
We went to the captive. Kiebitz, Schickert, and I. I was hesitant, of course, but again, it wasn't my place to question Mr. Schwarz. And let's be honest, in those times, heads rolled pretty quickly for defying orders.
This must be the cell.
Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I totally will miss something.
Where was the victim kept?
One of the cells, previously a storage room. Tight, dirty quarters with a small barred window. As soon as we entered, I hadn't seen him this up close before. I realized I just couldn't follow through with it. I told my men to stop.
What did you tell them?
That this could not have been our man. We had to convince the district leader to reconsider.
Did they agree with you?
Kiebitz did, but Schickert, on the other hand, he wouldn't even consider it. The man was a maniac, usually harmless, obsessed as he was with hierarchy. But at that point he had this fanatical look on his face.
What did he say to you?
That he would report me to the Gestapo. Now, you know what that would mean, but that didn't matter. I knew Mr. Schwarz. I knew he would understand. I ordered Schickert to stay put and left the cell, looking for the district leader. I was certain I could convince him this time.
Did you succeed?
I didn't get the chance. I was halfway through the hallway when I heard it. A gunshot. Schickert had gone through with the execution.
But you weren't in that room, you stated.
Right. But it must have been him. He was so persistent about following the order.
What weapons did the people present have? Standard issue equipment?
Not at that point in the war. We used whatever was still left. If we could get our hand on a gun or a rifle, somebody got it.
After the interrogation, you can explore and investigate your surroundings further to unlock new research opportunities and hints.
The place was a brewery. Did you prepare the cells for the prisoners?
Not personally, but yes, a few rooms were modified adequately.
How long were the prisoners usually kept there?
Can't say. It depended on the case. However long it took for justice to be served.
And what does adequately mean?
It's been a while, miss. And I can't say it was something that occupied me. They were for criminals.
So you say.
A brewery cellar seems a weird place for a district office. How did you have enough power for it to function?
Often we didn't. All those Allied bombs made sure of that when they leveled the city. We had to rely on our backup generator. That and oil lamps.
Did you have any contact with the surrounding local groups?
Of course. We had an older model radio station connecting us with the rest of Bavaria. Or what was left of it at that point in the war. Mostly other groups around Munich.
They seemed to scream forever, and you could still hear the bombs falling. Was the victim your only prisoner at the time?
It's been almost 15 years, for God's sake, woman.
11.
You can't honestly expect me to remember details like that.
Spending entire days in a damn cellar. They must have been bored and tried to pass the time. I think I'm still missing something. When did you move to the cellar?
2 months back, mid-February, after those pigs burned Dresden.
Can you tell me more about your local group?
We were Schwarz hands, so to speak. While most local groups were responsible for a section of the city, we were assigned directly to the district office.
Did the group members drink on duty?
It was clearly forbidden. We did our best to enforce this rule even in those days. But most likely they still did. Just learned to hide it well.
What happened if you or Mr. Schwarz caught any of the group members drinking?
Usually I took pride in running a tight ship. You smell of alcohol while on duty? Dismissed. But at that point, they got away with just a slap on the wrists. We needed all the hands we could get, drunk or not. And with the Yankees on the streets, we all heard the bottles calling.
If they were dismissed for drinking, what would be the punishment for disobeying an order?
Oh, he's not going to answer?
They must have had petrol to run the generator, or to destroy evidence. We had these oil lamps everywhere. In the bathroom, in the living room, in the kitchen. Do you know what weapon Mr. Schickert used?
I didn't see it, so no. The one he was issued, I suppose. What does it even matter?
I know what weapon was used to kill the man. I just need to know who had it.
There's a bullet right here, but can I interact with it? Guess not.
Describe the office of Mr. Schwarz to me.
It was sufficient. At the end of the day, it was just an abandoned cellar. It was the one room with which we did the most, let's say, renovation. For a man of Schwarz station, it was nothing more than an, again, sufficient office.
So, District Leader Schwarz wasn't further involved with the execution?
Why should he be? There were more important issues that needed his attention. His responsibility was to make the decision and give the order.
There was no execution order in the files I got. If it exists, I should check if I can get my hands on it. You said you had mentioned your doubts to Mr. Schwarz.
I did. I tried to convince him to reconsider. Unfortunately, he remained unbudging.
Do you remember how long the two of you talked?
Well, now that's... well, can't say. It must have been a while. Quite a while. I did try my best. Unfortunately, once again, it wasn't enough.
What were Mr. Schwarz's responsibilities?
He was the district leader, the highest authority in the city. The question should be, what weren't his responsibilities? Everyone in Munich answered to him.
I should consider the chain of command.
so 5 more. Oh, okay. Oh,
What can you tell me about Mr. Kiebitz?
Exemplary subordinate. Loyal. One of the few people among that band of ingrates I knew I could rely on. Unfortunately, Schwartz knew that as well. Kiebitz might have been a member of my local group, but he mostly worked directly for the district leader.
Can you tell me more about Karl Schickert?
A damned idealist. He wouldn't shut up about duty and Prussian values. Still, I can't say anything bad about his work. Always diligent, hardworking, and unbearable perfectionist.
What about you? What was your role in the district?
As a group leader, I made sure Mr. Schwartz and the party's will were enforced in the city. He needed somebody he could trust, someone who would see to it that order was maintained. That was me.
What can you tell me about working for Mr. Schwartz?
It was a true honor. Comrade Schwartz was an exemplary German and a magnificent leader. I have him to thank for my work ethic. I learned much from his example. We all did.
okay, just triple checking there's nothing else that I'm gonna... No other shinies in the office? No. By the way, I am playing this blind, so if that's, you know, something you should probably know. I still think this bullet on the ground is something that I need to be aware of. She's not reacting to it at all. Or it has nothing to do with the bullet, and maybe I already looked at it when I looked at the stool.
Did many prisoners share the victim's fate?
If they deserved it.
So, just to confirm, Mr. Schickert shot while you were not in the room any longer?
That is correct. And that is all I know.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Feldman.
I take back what I said in the beginning, Miss Katz. Perhaps it is right to reopen this case after all. Have a good evening, miss.
I should update Mr. Bauer.
I wouldn't bother.
Did you see Mr. Bauer?
I wish I did. He got a call and had to leave. Urgently. Let me tell you, he was in quite the rush. Murmuring something about Argentina, of all places.
Guess I won't be updating him today. Any updates on the suspect's personnel files?
I've made the request, but no news since then. Berlin's as silent as always.
I need some additional files. Is there any chance some files regarding the group members' responsibilities remained? Mr. Kiebitz's specifically. I want to know if he, at any point, worked directly for the district leader.
I'll see what I can do. Anything else?
I need information on the equipment used by the local group. Weapons, mainly. As bureaucratic as the NSDAP was, they must have kept some sort of record.
On it.
According to the suspects, the shooting was ordered by the deceased Mr. Schwartz. But I saw no copy of such an order in the original case's files.
That's weird. I'll look into it right away. Anything else?
Thank you, Paula. That will be all for now.
Oh, and did you have the chance to talk to Mr. Wohlmuth yet? He found the blueprint of the old brewery that you might find useful. It's where the district office was located at the time of Mr. Naumann's arrest.
I need you to invite a potential witness.
Of course. Who should I reach out to?
Let me get back to you, Paula.
Now this one was sure full of himself.
Oh, hello, Marlene. Meow.
Est, Miss Katz. Welcome.
Good day, Mr. Wohlmuth.
Actually, before you start, would you mind if for a change I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Am I wrong, or have you and our resident pessimist met before? I mean Simon, or Mr. Peters, if you prefer.
We do know each other. Not closely, but enough. We study together. We didn't really get on well, though. We did even worse than here, so that's saying something. So yes, we've met before.
Was he always this much of an ass?
He actually got better, if you'd believe it.
No.
Really, he was much worse. So, what about you?
Me?
What do you make of him?
Oh, he's a nasty piece of work. Unpleasant to be around. He makes everyone around him miserable.
Oh,
But he's a capable prosecutor. Very capable indeed. I'm glad he's on our side. Anyways, is there something else I can help you with?
Paula told me you have something for me. Some sort of blueprint?
Right. Let me just see, where did I put it? What a mess. I've been just buried in all of these papers since morning. Altöttinger Straße 35. There we go. As we can hardly access the original crime scenes, blueprints like this ones are our second best thing. They are what you will be using in court to reconstruct your case.
Thank you.
It's not a problem at all. We need to have each other's backs here. So, who do you think did it?
I'm sorry?
The old man who shot him.
Okay, the blueprint shows the crime scene and the people involved. Your goal is to build your own theory of the course of the crime by arranging the actors for each step. The crime is divided into 5 steps. Each step is connected with a question that you answer by reconstructing it on the blueprint. To answer Christoph's question, jump to step 5. The last step is to find out who pulled the trigger. Choose a figure and assign it to the action to determine the... Okay, Carl. I left to convince the district leader of the suspect's innocence. Walking down the highway, I heard gunshots. Mr. Sugar shot the victim, but we don't know that for sure. Oh, this is the cell. Got it. My bad. Here you can read what your witness has stated. As soon as you question more suspects, their statements will appear here. You will find the blueprint in your office from now on. Continue to close the tutorial.
I think it could have been Schickert.
And is that what your witness told you?
Yes, it is.
Just remember, you can't always trust what they say. People lie, misremember, make honest mistakes, even more so when they're potential suspects. Our role isn't to retell their testimonies in court, but to build theories of what actually happened, which might be different from what any witness tells you. But here I go, babbling away again. Sorry. Shouldn't keep you any longer. Hope you find the blueprint useful.
Don't worry. I'd say this talk was quite informative. Thank you.
Anytime. Don't be a stranger now.
Did you see the pictures on the wall? He's got a little daughter. Okay, ask Paula to invite the next. Review the transcript for today's investigation. Suspects. We're in the office and stepped on through the inside. The only thing is his story that didn't make a lot. There was one thing about his story was he talked that he was trying to go talk to his boss, and he said he talked to him for quite some time, but yet he heard the shot in the hallway. It's a bit curious. Alright, let's go.
Miss Katz, how can I help you?
I need you to invite a potential witness.
Of course. Who should I reach out to?
Please invite Mr. Schickert next.
We'll reach out immediately.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Okay, well, we gotta say goodbye to Marlena.
Oh, hello, Marlene. Oh, I'm glad you are so cooperative.
Okay. Now we can go home. Gross. A different truth. A petition of support for the work of Attorney General Fritz Bauer. Big race, breakfast of champions.
Last month's Motortrends and a Birgit from last year. Wouldn't be my first reading choice, but with how long you have to wait for a prosecutor.
But on her first case.
Still, functioning free press is simply crucial to the...
Wait, shh, I think she's coming up.
Hey, we're
Good
done.
morning, Miss Katz. Have you seen the news yet?
So, what were you saying about these news?
Oh, there's an article in today's Blatt. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Why? Is there something I should read?
Well, I'd say so. They wrote an article about you.
Right.
Good. Yes, that's exactly the reaction. No reaction. They aren't worth worrying about. Don't even give it a second thought, Miss Katz. It's lies. All of it.
If they're angry, it means we're on the right track.
That's the spirit.
Oh, let's go say hi. Good morning to Marlena. Hi, Marlena.
The dead flies on my desk. Your handiwork.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She must have slipped in when I brought the newspaper.
We're not
Hello,
mad.
Marlene.
It's all right.
Meow.
Second suspect will arrive soon. Update Mr. Bauer with the latest conclusions after the second interrogation. We received some files that should have contained information on Mr. Kieberts you asked for. Sadly, they were badly burned during the bombing. I hope that they can still be of use. Group leader. Base leader. Deserted. Local group, military trained, driver for the district. Oh, but there's numbers. See? Numbers. You were right about the NSDAP bureaucracy. They kept track of everything. I pulled the list of weapons that were issued to our group members around the time of the crime. I don't know how it's possible, but the previous prosecution overlooked this. I found Schwartz's order, and it turns out even it referred specifically to Jan Newman. Arrested currently for his involvement in treasonous activity. Prisoner is to be immediately executed as traitor. Recognized. Prosecutorial misconduct has seen General Prosecutor Bauer's problems continue as the special division once again finds itself in the spotlight. Concerns are being raised regarding the possible misuse of public funds, which, as some claim, are currently being wasted on reopening long-since-solved cases. According to our sources, such investigations are further compromised by the experience and overzealousness of the team's younger prosecutors. Let's see, in prison, yesterday he was appointed as first secretary of the Polish United Workers' Party. Case file.
Yes, Paula?
The witness you asked me to contact, Karl Schickert, just arrived.
Thank you. I'll be joining you in a minute.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted case file. So these are their numbers. Great theater. H2 301. Oh wait. Yeah. 9023. Okay, well, I guess it's not particularly helpful. The Queen of Opera.
With so many smokers here, I doubt this office will ever be free of the cigarette smell. They are supposed to be good for you, though. That's what my doctor said.
Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else we do in here. Wish me luck, Marlena.
Mr. Schickert, I didn't expect you yet.
Arriving on time means you're 15 minutes late.
I'm glad you're so cooperative. Thank you for coming. My name is Esther Katz. I am the prosecutor in charge. I'll cut right to the chase. What happened on the 28th of April back in 45?
So, you're finally reopening the case, aren't you?
Yes, we do. There are questions that have to be resolved.
It is time for some gentleman to answer for what happened back then.
Just to be clear, you are referring to?
Kiebitz and local group leader Faltmann.
So, your superior and your colleague. What had happened?
On that day, Faltmann, Kiebitz and I had captured an alleged insurgent. We had taken him to the district office and locked him in a cell. It was an old man.
Was his name Hans Naumann?
It's more than 10 years ago. I'm pretty certain that this was his name, yes.
Please describe the situation.
Shortly after, the two men came out. Pointing to the cells, the district leader gave the command.
What kind of command?
He ordered us to shoot the prisoner.
Why did you relocate the office?
Because of the big air raid, we wanted to be underground. We hoped that we would be safer there.
Can you tell me more about your local group?
We mainly wrote reports and helped in the district where help was needed.
Were there any other prisoners at that time?
No, the old man was the only one that day.
How did the members of your group spend their free time?
They went drinking together. Not me though. I don't drink. I prefer being home early and getting a healthy sleep.
Spending entire days in a damp cellar. You must have been bored and tried to pass the time. Was it common for prisoners to be executed?
No, we were a local group, not the SS.
How was working with Mr. Feldman?
A power-hungry bully who kisses his boss's butts and belittled his subordinates. And that's if you were on his good side. Let's say his threats shouldn't be taken lightly.
Interesting. I should ask Paula if she can find any information about this. How was working under District Leader Schwarz?
He was a strict man with defined values. Easy to work under because he was so organized and knew the strengths and weaknesses of each member.
How did you and Mr. Kiebitz get along? You both held the same title?
Mr. Kiebitz. Yes, we both were local group members. We did not get along so well.
How did you fit into this local group?
I have always proudly done my duty. I oversaw security.
Were your group's actions documented?
Certainly, but that wasn't my task. District Leader Schwarz took care of it. But most of those files were destroyed, unfortunately.
If somebody did stay with Schwarz, it could have been documented somewhere. For how long did Mr. Feldman talk to Mr. Schwarz?
It was just a short meeting, maybe for a couple of minutes.
Already got him in a lie. Not him, the first guy. But, I mean, already they made the first guy quite unlikable with his opening sentence asking about our, we were Jewish.
The district leader returned to his office together with Mr. Kiebitz. Mr. Feldman asked me to follow him. Together we walked down the corridor to the cell where the old man was kept.
Was your local group in contact with other local groups?
We were in permanent contact with all the other Bavarian groups.
How did you make sure you had enough electricity?
We had a generator for power outages and oil lamps.
Who prepared the cells for prisoners?
A few colleagues from the local group. It did not take much to set up. With a bucket and a mattress, it was done.
Just a bucket and that's it?
They were prisoners.
Did prisoners ever stay longer?
A couple of days maximum. They were here for interrogations.
What did Mr. Falkman do?
The group leader raised his voice.
Do you remember his words?
He told me to shoot the prisoner.
And did you shoot the prisoner?
No, I did not. The man was clearly innocent.
How did you come to this conclusion?
He was accused of... what was it again? I remember someone mentioning it.
Just a second, I have that somewhere. Does this photo bring back any memories?
Let me see. Yes, I believe it does. The Reich flag. It was torn down. The guy was accused of climbing up there. Complete nonsense. Look, the man we had captured there. I'd have counted him lucky if he was able to get out of bed every morning. Besides, group leader Faltman himself had said earlier that we had only taken him hostage. Him and Kibitz had hoped that the perpetrator would turn himself in if they held the old man hostage.
Why did they assume that?
Because the perpetrator was the son of the old man. That's what they believed, at least.
So they had hoped the son would come to get his father released?
Exactly.
But you didn't think their plan would work?
Doesn't matter what I was thinking. You can't just go and take a fellow German hostage.
How did your superior take your refusal?
Not well. He yelled, and I argued.
Do you remember your words?
I told him that it made no sense and that we should refrain from doing that. Group leader Faltman then threatened me. He said he'd report me to the Gestapo, that I would be severely punished, possibly killed.
But you still refused.
I did. I just couldn't do it. I left the room. Outside the cell, I met Kibitz, who was about to enter, a gun in his hand, cocked. The next thing I hear is the shot.
So what you are saying is that Mr. Kibitz shot him.
He did indeed. I know it.
But why would he do that? What was his reason?
What do I care about his reason? What he did was wrong. That's why I'm glad the case has been reopened. You break the rules, you get punished. That's the way it should be.
We will make sure the right people face the consequences, Mr. Schickert. Thank you for coming in.
The pleasure is all mine. Goodbye, Miss Katz.
Interesting. The suspects contradict each other in multiple aspects. I should see if I can make some sense of this on the blueprint and get this meeting with Peters over with.
Miss Katz, there was a call for you. Actually, it was multiple calls.
Yes, Paula?
It's your mother.
I'm afraid she does that. She's very protective of me. I'm sorry, Paula.
Nothing to worry about. I think it's sweet of her, actually. Just maybe a bit disruptive.
As mothers
Civil
tend to be.
codes, the Reichsgesetz, Seneca, and some Frankel and Neumann. Quite a collection. Wait, is that a Sachenspiegel? I think Dad had a copy of this edition.
All right, I think I gotta leave you guys here. I gotta go to work. I will be back with another episode, and we'll continue on to figure out what is going on.